Morning, Ryan Murrell, the new band director over at Sylacauga High School. Ryan, I must say, back during the summer, man, it's so hot. I think it's in, I don't know, July, August, but it's been hot all summer. And I noticed this group of kids running on the sidewalk in front of Sylacauga High School. And I said, what in the world is this? So I began to look into it, and they said, well, it's a band. I said, the band? And so the next day I watched, and doggone, you were leading the group. Welcome to Sylacauga.
Thank you so much.
And band director at Sylacauga High School. Tell us a little bit about what's going on with the band this year.
Well, of course, with me being new to Sylacauga, we want to make sure that we create a huge impact in not only the school system, but of course in the city. This year we're doing a patriotic show to kind of represent America and what it stands for. And so we're just trying to, find our place. And whenever we go places, we want to represent the community well.
A couple of weeks ago, we were doing the Sylacauga football game, and at halftime, you did just a tremendous show in showcasing America and what we stand for in this country. And, it was fantastic. So welcome aboard and a great job. And you have followed a legendary family for ever since I can remember.
Yes.
In Sylacauga. You got almost 100 band members in the band this year.
Yes, I know everybody's asking me the same question, what it's like to follow a legacy. And I think it's great. you have a nice, rich tradition of what band is here. And so all that we do is just continue that same tradition. But of course, I'm not Mr. Sipkin by any means, but the same tradition still sets forth. We want to make sure that the kids become good people ultimately.
You've been in music a long, long time.
Yeah, I have. I started back when I was in elementary school. I went through the same process like most students do. They do elementary music, middle school band, and high school band. And I went to Homewood High School, which we don't know anything about the program. They started off around 250 back when I was there, but now they're the biggest band in the state of Alabama, around 400. Then I went to Jacksonville State, which has another giant band. And so I've been around massive bands all my life. And then my last school, I had about 180 pushing 200.
Now, the bands, wherever they may be, and of course you're at Sylacauga High School your first year, it's not just football halftime performances that you're involved in.
Oh, no. We do parades for the community. We do competitions that are either statewide or around the region. We also do concert music. Band doesn't just stop at the end of football season. Band is a year-round program, and we want to make sure when we do performances that we include the community in those performances.
When you came in, Ryan, and the kids, did they kind of measure you a little bit and say, who is this guy?
Well, of course, they've been with the Sipkins for so long. They wanted to see who this new person was and what he was going to do. Are they going to make any changes? Are they going to do anything like that? And so we have definitely told them, so, we're here to make you better. We're here to make sure that you have a good music education.
First year at Sylacauga High School, and talk a little bit about you talked about your background a little bit, but talk about what you try to implement here at Sylacauga High.
Well, of course, we definitely want to have a good music education program for the students, but ultimately my goal is to make sure that they become good people once they graduate high school. Not everybody is going to go into music. However, anybody can be a good person. And so inside of teaching music ed, we also want to make sure we teach teamwork, we teach leadership skills, communication, and so we do all that kind of stuff inside the music curriculum.
Do you recruit?
Oh yeah. Actually, this year we started a introduction to music, instrumental music program to where anybody who has never played an instrument before but might be interested in playing an instrument. I have about 24 students in that class, so the class is maxed out, and they have no background. They start from the very beginning, and we take them in the same process that we would take a sixth grade band student when they would start music, except the difference is since they are older and more mature, they could go a lot faster. Right now, generally, if you were in sixth grade, we would be around number 22, 23. We're already at number 55 in the book. And these are students who haven't had any background music at all.
Wow. Walk us through a halftime show.
Halftime show. Well, first, obviously, it depends on if we're going first or second. If we go first, generally, once the clock hits 0, we have to get on the field quickly and perform our show because we only have 10 minutes to do our entire process. That's going on the field and then also coming off the field. If we go second, it just depends on how much time the other band leaves us. And we have to, of course, have a plan B and a plan C just in case if things don't work out. We do the best that we can. We always hope for a good show, and then we come off. And if the kids say that they did the best they could, that's all I can ask for.
Now, you have to have a lot of supporting cast to make this successful.
Yeah, and I said we a lot. We do have a new middle school band director because before it's always just been one person. Now there's two. We have Mr. Sam Childs. He's from Ranburne. It was his last job. And he's a middle school band / chorus teacher. And also Mr. Martez Tidwell. He was helping Mr. Sipkins last year, and he's the high school choir director. But we also have the auxiliary coordinator, Miss Jessica Coleman, who also assists with that too.
What instrument do the kids like to play the most? The most popular instrument?
Everything. I mean, we have kids who just love to try out different things. And, you know, if we have the opportunity for that to happen, we don't mind that because it means...
So you got multiple talented kids.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Not to mention not just in band, but also in other fine art programs, plus academically as well. Mm-hmm. Music does help the academics. And I know a lot of people might think, well, music is just music. Anybody can do that. Well, that might be true, but outside of that, music does help in the academic world too.
What's next this fall?
Next, we are getting ready for our next competition, or our first competition, which is next week at Weaver. On Thursday of this week, we have the Talladega Night of Bands. That's going to be here at our stadium. B.B. Comer's hosting it, and the band will go on at 8 o'clock p.m. to showcase their show.
All right. Are you already working on performances for the holidays and stuff like that?
We haven't got that far. It's already in the back of my brain. We're going to the high school and middle school, high school bands and choruses. We're going to do a joint holiday spectacular, if you will, right around the beginning of December. And we're going to be at, I think it's First United Methodist Church over in town in order to host everybody there. It's a great way to showcase, the holiday spirit and to showcase all the different performing arts venues in the schools.
What role do parents and grandparents play?
They're one of our biggest supporters. They're our biggest cheerleaders. Anything and everything they can do for the kids, they'll do. Whether it's chaperoning, whether it's providing water, or whether it's just sitting in the stands and giving them a round of applause. They do what they can.
Oh, fantastic. When you came to Sylacauga, you came from, Georgia, right?
Yes.
And when you came here, when you came as the the band director at Sylacauga High School, did you bring your family at that time? Or?
Yes, my wife is from Springville, and so we were both originally from Alabama anyway. And so us coming back to Alabama was huge because we just got done having our first child, and we wanted to make sure that he was around family for that. And so where we're located, it's about an hour away from anywhere that we would want to normally go. So it was perfect.
What role does music play in a young person's life? We've got so many different forms of music today.
Yeah, well, besides, of course, them listening and having fun, it can be very therapeutic in some aspects. I know a lot of students, a lot of kids listen to music, to relax, to help study, to have fun. Anything and everything you can think of, music plays a huge role. It's almost like if you watch a movie and you turn the sound off, what does music actually do for that? And so if you really think about it like that, music is huge, and that we just need as much support with that as possible.
Talk about the future of the band program at Sylacauga High School?
Well, we definitely want growth. I know the band at one point was around 150 at some point. We definitely are trying to work on recruitment, and the superintendent and all the administrators have been very supportive with the program. So growth is number one, but also number two, we want a well-rounded band program. Not only just marching band, but also concert band too.
All right. Ryan, thanks a lot for being with us this morning.
Thank you for inviting
me. And if people would like more information, is there a website or anything?
Yes, we do have a website. It's brand new. It's called Sylacauga Bands. That's with the S.Weebly, WEEBLY.com. And just feel free to browse around, or just give me a call at the high school. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
What's your favorite instrument?
I'm a trumpet player, so I want to play trumpet.
Finally, this morning, there's been much talk about the national anthem, and whether it's a segment of the national anthem or the entirety of the arrangement, that's something that moves many, many Americans. And it's something about just being a patriotic person in this great country we live in.
Mm-hmm. I know we do have a segment of the national anthem in our show. It's the last portion of the show. And to me, I did that because I wanted to remind the nation that no matter what is going on, we can all still band together and come together as a country, and we need to.
Ryan, thanks for being with us this morning.
Thank you so much.
We got more Daybreak just ahead. Don't go away.